Welcome to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. Here are the stories that we're following today, September 9th, 2013. In Jamaica, breaks over. MPs must now do better. Also in Jamaica, ganja arrests worry cops. 11 persons arrested for allegedly stealing electricity. And Cuba proposes postal service resumption talks with the U.S. Details on these headlines and more when we return.
5 million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Since we announced Sign and Drive with zero out-of-pocket and low monthly payments, cars been flying out of Bronx Honda at a record pace. Whoa! New Accord with zero out-of-pocket for $249 a month, or new Civics just $199 per month, or save thousands with 0% financing. You never had to leave the Bronx to get the best price on the Honda. Bronx Honda guarantees the lowest price in the Bronx. Bronx Honda, East Tremont Avenue. Visit BronxHonda.com.
Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. This segment of the news is sponsored by Amrose Travel. After a long summer break, legislators will tomorrow return to Parliament to conduct the nation's business. And I quote, "We sincerely hope they use the time away from Gordon House to get enough rest and that they will turn up with their batteries charged and ready to work. We believe that it would be useful for House Leader Philip Powell at the start of business tomorrow to give an indicative schedule of the bills and motions that the Parliament will consider this term. Not only will it allow the public to be able to judge the work being done by the Parliament, but it will give all the MPs an opportunity to fully prepare for debates on these bills and motions. The gavel need not reiterate its disappointment in the nation's MPs, it says, especially the first-timers who have taken an inordinately long time to get their wheels turning. One such MP, East Portland's Dr. Linvale Bloomfield, has said he and other MPs would be in a better position to contribute to debates in the House if they are told long in advance the items that are up for consideration. Powell should seek to facilitate this process. Hopefully the Parliament will this term more decisively to deal with Prime Minister's question time. The few times the lazy opposition has raised the issue, it has been about grandstanding and political point scoring. The standing orders of the House prescribe that there shall be a period known as Prime Minister's question time on the second Tuesday of each month. It is also documented that notice of the questions being asked must be given at least 7 days in advance. It is high time the Parliament moves to the place where the Prime Minister is called upon to answer impromptu questions. Those major housekeeping matters aside, to begin with, Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips should update the Parliament on the progress being made under the agreement with the International Monetary Fund. This update is necessary, especially against the background of private sector interests last week indicating the affair that the deal would collapse. It is also reported coming out of Germany, which states that advanced economies led by the United States will increasingly drive global growth, while emerging countries are at risk of slowing due to tighter U.S. monetary policy. The IMF had prepared a surveillance note for the Group of 20 meeting in St. Petersburg, Russia. Also in the news from Jamaica, head of the Constabulary Communication Network, Deputy Superintendent of Police Steve Brown, has expressed a grave concern over the number of people who are acquiring criminal records due to them possessing marijuana. Statistics that were compiled by the Criminal Records Office of the Jamaica Constabulary Force for the period January to July 2013 show that a total of 6,150 Jamaicans were convicted in the Corporate Area Resident Magistrate Court and were sentenced to serve a total of 1.254 years and or fines amounting to $37.5 million. The analysis of the figures from the Corporate Area Resident Magistrate Court revealed that 71% were convicted for drug-related offenses. Brown also highlighted immigration restrictions as another consequence of the conviction. Several prominent figures, such as Member of Parliament Raymond Price and Paul Chang, chair of the Ganja Law Reform Coalition, have been lobbying for the decriminalization of marijuana. Price, is a motion tabled in the House of Representatives in January, said members should consider the matter of decriminalization of human rights issue. Price said criminal records haunt thousands of Jamaicans and their families and suggested that the Parliament debate the practicality of a prescribed amount of marijuana at which or below which there would be no criminal prosecution for the possession for personal use. One female manager and 10 other Portland residents were arrested last Friday for allegedly abstracting electricity in an operation mounted by the Jamaica Public Service and backed by the Island Special Constabulary Force. The 11 persons arrested were from the district of Skibo and the Royal Mall in Port Antonio, where the female manager was charged with 7 counts of stealing electricity. ISCF Assistant Commandant Winston Browning said 4 persons were held by his team in Skibo after they spotted 4 illegal connections. Acting on a tip, they proceeded to the Royal Mall, where they saw 7 illegal connections and arrested 7 persons for abstracting electricity. Some of the arrested persons were additionally charged with illegal possession of ganja and dealing in ganja. And I quote, "A court date will be set and these people will be placed before the courts where they will answer charges. We will not relent in the fight against these illegal connections," declared Browning. "We will support the Jamaica Public Service technical team and try our very best to get rid of all the culprits, put them before the court and let them answer to charges and pay the price," he says. Browning said the team was taking a zero-tolerance approach to crime fighting and would apply the law wherever breaches were taking place. He noted that earlier 13 persons were arrested for allegedly stealing electricity and 1 man held for illegal possession of a firearm in the St. Margaret's Bay area. Cuba has proposed that the United States government delegation should visit Havana this month for a second round of talks on resuming direct postal services. Mail service between the United States and Cuba was canceled in 1963 as Washington tightened economic sanctions on Havana. As a result, letters and packages now go through third countries such as Mexico, Canada, or Panama. According to a report in Miami Herald, Cuba proposed the talks be held September 16th in Havana. Talks on reopening the postal service took place in 2009 in Havana, but the Obama administration canceled the contacts after U.S. government subcontractor Alan P. Gross was sentenced to 15 years in a Havana jail for delivering sophisticated communications equipment to Cuba's tiny Jewish community. The Cuban government claimed that Gross was involved in espionage and sought to destabilize the revolution. The mail talks, however, resumed in Washington from June 17 to the 18th. The following month, both sides also renewed talks on migration issues considered far more important to the bilateral relations. After the June talks, the Cuban government declared that those meetings have been satisfactory and helpful, even though the issue of direct mail service was subject to unspecified obstacles because of the U.S. embargo on the Spanish-speaking Caribbean island. Cuba presented an analysis of its international mail services at the talks, according to the declaration published in the government-controlled Cuba Debate website, and agreed to continue the conversations in the coming months. But the U.S. Department of State said the mail talks were purely technical in nature and did not reflect any change in the U.S. policy towards Cuba. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. Stay tuned.